Hello, my name is Cathy Hooper and I work for the East Texas Lighthouse for the Blind as an independent living instructor. In our IL classes, we use the stove to do many different types of foods. And we always practice stove safety. So today, I would like to give a small demonstration of some of the stove safety tips that we use in our IL class. Here at the Lighthouse, we have a ceramic stovetop area, and your typical stove have the burners that you can see or quickly feel. Here, everything across is flat, so we go by the feel. For instance, we have our rubs area, and to find the burner, I just continue moving around, and it is smooth. And that's how I can tell where my burners are located. When I hit the rough area, I know that's not a burner. When I find a smooth area, I know this is where my burners are located. And the same on the opposite side of the stove. Smooth, that's a burner. Rough, smooth, and this is a burner. And this is how you can locate your burner when you have a flat stovetop. I'd like to talk about the control knobs that are located on the back top portion of our stove. We have two control knobs on the left and two on the right. The control knob will turn on the burner surface of our stove. I'm touching the top portion of the control knob and I can feel an arrow. This arrow is pointing upward. Let's pretend we have an imaginary clock here. This arrow pointing up would be our 12 o'clock position, and we would also imagine a 3, a 6, and a 9 o'clock. Feel the arrow to know that another confirmation that it is in the off position, and also I do not feel any heat at this time. I'm going to push my control knob in and I'm going to turn to the left because that's the low setting at 9 o'clock, and I instantly begin to feel heat. And to turn it off, I repeat the same process. I want to go back to 12 o'clock and it will make a click sound to let me know that I have safely turned it off. When you get your pots in your pan, the first thing you want to do is you want to match the width of your pot to your burner as much as possible. And since we have a medium-sized pot, we're going to put it on a burner surface that will be just perfect for the pot. And since this is a ceramic top stove, remember I feel for the smooth area, and I'm touching the stove because it is not on. If your stove is on, remember use the safety feature of waving your hand over to feel for heat. Remember the clock method? Turn your handle to 12 o'clock. This is a very safe place for your long handle pots to be. If you turn around to like 3 o'clock, 4, 5, and 6, this is a dangerous zone because you can knock your pot over and the contents could burn you, or you could have a wet area on your floor and that will in turn make your floor very slippery and you could fall. So, and another thing is sleeve. Remember I said to turn your sleeve back to make it tight on your arm? I unfolded my sleeve so that I could show you the importance of not having a loose sleeve just in case you have your handle turned the wrong way. So to avoid this, we roll our sleeve back to make it fit tight on the arm, or if it has a button, and make sure your handle is at 12 o'clock for safety's sake. Now, if your pot is on the back burner, turn it where it touched right against the side of the stove so that way it is out of the way and any danger of you grabbing it and accidentally pulling it off. Now I'm going to turn on the oven. I press bake first and then go across and press start. And there was a light click sound to let me know it has begun to heat up. Now we remember if we need to raise the temperature, we will press the bump dot that's right below the start button. to increase the degree or decrease the degrees. And to stop it is to the immediate right of the start button, and that cancels the action. Now, once the oven is on and your oven preheat, we want to open the door. But one safety feature, if you have a fear of the heat from the oven, and some people do, you want to go through and practice without the heat. Go through and practice the same measure without turning on the oven. And then once you feel comfortable, then proceed to turn on your oven and let it preheat to the temperature it needs to be to place in your dish that you're baking. Glove gloves are a special type of glove that can handle holding a hot dish or working in a very hot area. They're very well insulated, and it allows you to have all your fingers be able to move them around. And I like the glove for that special reason by itself, because they're so insulated and they're very thick, and they can be used around a barbecue pit outside or in a very hot oven, as we're going to have here to place our baking dish in. So when you're ready to place your baking dish in the oven, you want to step in, pull your door open, and pull it all the way down until it stops. Stay to your side as much as possible, because the heat coming out will be very warm in your face, so be aware of all the heat that's coming out. Pull your top rack out about 3 to 4 inches. Pick up your baking dish and bring it down, and the heat will let you know when you're getting close and closer. Place your dish on your rack, push it in a little bit, and at that point push in your rack, close your door, and you are done. To place my dish in the oven, I use my oven glove. To take my dish out, I'm going to demonstrate using the longer oven mitts to offer more protection for my arms. I repeat the same procedure by stepping in front and pulling my door down until it stops. I reach in and push my dish all the way over to the side that I'm standing on, in this case my right side. Pull my rack out about 2 to 3 inches. Reach in and grab one handle and grab the second handle. Bring it out and up and place it on my cooling rack. And get it centered on the cooling rack. Push out the rack, close the door, and at this point you can turn off your oven and replace your mitts or your oven glove, whichever one you use. And you always want to replace them back to the particular spot that you have them in, so that way they're always handy and nearby. If you would like to see any of the things that I use here today in this soap demonstration for safety purposes, such as oven gloves or the oven mitt, please come and visit our store, the Tyler Lighthouse, at 411 West Front Street in Tyler, or visit us on the web at tylerlighthouse.org. Thank you.